Hello folks, welcome to my channel Rides with Richie. Hope you're safe and well today. My name is Richie and I make a few videos about motorcycles, motorcycle accessories, motorcycle maintenance as well as travel. So in case if you're somebody who likes all this, you might consider subscribing. This is my 2005 model Honda VFR800. Today what I'm going to do with this bike is I'm going to change the exhaust on this bike. This bike came with a gutted exhaust, which I do like. I do like the sound of the gutted exhaust, but I do not like a fact about it. So what is that? It is the fuel economy. Gutted exhaust or any exhaust modifications without installing a power commander or modifying the intakes, it is not very helpful for the motorbike. And I have realized, and I have studied that this can cause kind of a little bit of engine wear and tear as well. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not expert in it and I've gone through a lot of forums and websites just to find out how this works. However, just for the sake of fuel economy, I decided that I will change it to a stock exhaust. When I bought this bike, this came with a gutted exhaust, which is fitted to it right now. It looks like as if it is stock, but it is not a stock exhaust. I'll switch on the bike so that you can hear how does the gutted exhaust sound. That sounds beautiful, but as I said, I would prefer more fuel economy and more engine life than having a lovely noise. So there's somebody flying, let's have a look. Oh, Kawasaki. All right, so what I've done over here is I bought a used exhaust from one of the guys in County Kerry. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to clean this particular exhaust and fit it on the bike. So in case if you would like to watch this video, please stick around and I will show you how to exactly deep clean the exhaust, get it nice and shiny, and then fit it on my lovely bike. So let's crack on with it. All the gunk and dirt is coming off. I love this. First thing first is to take out the seat. And that's it. The seat comes off. Next thing will be is to get rid of the number plate. This bike has plenty of rust, I must say. Oh, look at this. Good that I saw it. Most of the parts on this bike are corroded. I think it was neglected by the previous owners. Not sure. I bought it because I got a good deal on it. So for this particular bolt, it's Torx 30. Let's go to this side. That is so tight. Done. So for these bolts, it's the Torx 40. Let's crack on with it. I already loosened one, so come on, sir. I don't want to lose you. There she comes. So move this here. Okay, that's fine. So that rack has come off. Now it's these parts. I don't know how to get rid of this. Oh, fuck's sake. Okay. Look at this. It's funny. There was no bolt. There was a bolt, but this has come off loose automatically, and then hence this side will come out just like that. Now let's check this out, how this comes out. Oh, that was easy. Much easier than I thought it would be. I guess after a very long time I have taken out all my tools. Come on, buddy. Inside it's a 12 mil. Okay, stay there. This is Starks 40, so you have to so I'm going to leave the screw in place. As you can see, I have to take out these bolts from here. All right, yeah, that's the one. I knew that these bolts will be very rusty, but forget that, the clamp is broken as well. I hope the exhaust is not welded to the treat it with some WD-40, leave it there for some time. Hopefully it might loosen up. You don't run away, buddy, stay here. Okay. It is not coming out, it's just rotating in the place where it is it? That's it. So when you apply too much of pressure, guys, and it's rotten, thing was gone. So looks like the tail section also has to come out, so let's get to it again. I will show you the step-by-step procedure of how to get rid of the rear section. Alright, so the first thing first to do is taking off your seat. You just turn this key and pull the seat out and it comes out. That's number one. Second is taking off your number plate. The reason why you have to take your number plate is in case if you have the pannier racks and the top rack, the supporting brackets go in here. There is there is an indent over here where the screw goes in, so, or sorry, the bolt goes in. So to access that, it is easier if you get rid of the number plate. It just takes a couple of minutes. That's number two. Number three is getting rid of your pannier racks. So pannier racks are supported most of the times on these VFRs. They are supported in this slot over here, through here, as well as here. Sometimes some of the pannier mounts are mounted to this particular bolt as well, which holds the exhausts. So you might have to take these two and this one and plus this one. So before I get to that, I would quickly go through what are the tools we need to get rid of your number plate. You might need I think Torx 25 or 20, not sure, like it depends upon your number plate and the screws what you have put in over there. For these bolts you need, in my particular case, this particular bolt was Torx T30, and these two, and this one is Torx 40, and this is basically a nut and bolt over here. So you have to get rid of your pannier racks, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Same on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then we have to take out the rear cowl, so we have to get rid of this bad boy here. It looks very intimidating to take it out, but let me tell you, it is one of the easiest thing to do. First thing is you have to take out this screw over here with a Torx 30, 1 and 2 on this side, and the same on the other side, 1 and 1 is over here. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's done. And then you have to pull the cowl backwards. Just shake it a little bit so that it comes loose from this place, and then pull it backwards. And when you pull it backwards, please be mindful that there are rubber grommets over here which hold the cowl in place. I think this is more clearly visible. Let's focus. Yep, this one over here. So the cowl slots into this one and this one over here. So you have to pull it out slowly this way, and then, very important, you have to disconnect all these wires. So there are plugs for, they get connected through connectors like this. I don't know if you can see it. Look, let me go the other way around. Where is it? Yep. So it's a matter of just pulling this out, just pressing this, lifting this and pulling this out this way. I hope you can see it. It's very easy, you'll figure it out. If you've done all this work, this is not a big deal to do. So the top one is the tail light, the bottom one is the brake light. Once again, top one is the tail light, bottom one is the brake light. Okay, and then you have the connectors for your left and right indicators, that's the left indicator over here, and the right indicator is on the other side, and the brake one is over here underneath. I don't know if you can see it. So you disconnect all those connectors, your rear cowl comes off easily. In case if you're wondering why do you have to take out the rear cowl, it's to gain access to these bolts over here. Let me show you. There is a bolt inside over here that helps you to get rid of the tail section, the tail tidy or whatever you call it as. To get to that, it's better that you take out the rear cowl. Once you take all this out, it's easier to get access to all these bolts. First thing first, you have 2 bolts over here, 2 bolts over here. They're all 10 mils, and you need a sort of extension to get there to all these bolts. This is very lengthy. You don't need such a lengthy one. Just half the size of this would do. So 2 10 mil bolts here inside this, 2 over here. This one can be seen, I believe. Where is it? Yeah, it's hidden behind this cable tie. I'll move it around. Yeah. Can you see that? And then there are 2 underneath. Okay, let me zoom in. Where is it? Okay, this one and this one. All right. In my case, what happened was these 2 bolts in the forward section, okay, or in the front, from the tail towards the front, these 2 bolts are held with this rusted clamp over here. Okay, let me try to, I don't know how to manage this. Okay, these two clamps, one is here and one is here somewhere. Okay, this one and this one. If you can see, they both are twisted because they both are broken. In my case, it was very difficult for me to get rid of the tail section because those two bolts were seized and the rear section was tied with the cable tie and whatnot. So I had to rip it open and then take the vice grips and open the particular bolts. So once you do that, this tail section should come off easily. There is one more cable on the inside which goes from here to the, what do you call it as, number plate light. It is underneath this one. So the white connector which is right there, it goes to the number plate. You can just open it. It's very easy. You have to just lift that white tab on it and then take it out, and then your tail section will come loose. Put it aside, and then it's time to get to the rear exhaust. To take out the exhaust, first thing first, what you have to do is to loosen these two bolts. So that's Torx 40, as I already showed or already mentioned earlier, I must say. So one is over here and one is on the other side. Just loosen it. Do not take it out as yet. In case if you have a tail tidy installed which is much smaller than this, and in case if it tucks in between these two exhaust pipes over here, and in case if it doesn't obstruct the removal of the exhaust, you do not have to take out the cowl or the tail. You can just take out the exhaust just like that. Okay, so now once you have loosened this bolt and this bolt, do not take out the bolt as yet, just leave it there so that the exhaust hangs on it. You have to get down here and loosen these bolts. On stock OEM clamps, you have to open the two 20mm bolts and you have to take out the exhaust. In my case, I have only one because when I was taking out the exhaust, it was so badly rusted, the clamp broke and both of the bolts were seized. I got rid of them. So this is a single clamp with a 10mm bolt on it, and this works perfectly fine for me. I have finally managed to take off the tail piece as well as the exhaust. So this is the used exhaust which was taken out from the bike. As you can see, folks, there is a lot of corrosion, and hence there were a lot of nuts and bolts which were corroded underneath. It was a nightmare to take them out. I had to apply WD-40 back to back and leave it rest for some time and then come back to it. So now it's getting dark. The sun is setting. It's beautiful, nice colors outside. I guess it's time for me to call it a day and get back to this job tomorrow. It's getting pretty cold outside as well. Looks like this needs a bit of TLC, which I will do tomorrow first thing in the morning. I have to wake up early and clean all this rust off, maybe give it a lick of paint. So that's it for today. I will get back to this job tomorrow. Alrighty, time to say good night right now. See you in the next one.